Folks, I'm Marcia Horne, and I hope to represent the people of Vermont in the United States House of Representatives. Now is the time to stand for this country that we all know and love. We've all been raised with the concepts of freedom and democracy, fundamental beliefs that our parents and descendants held so dear to their hearts. We know what it is to criticize the government. We know what it is to oppose political beliefs that differ from our own. We know what it is to start a business, build one's dreams with one's own two hands. Many people in socialist countries have no first-hand knowledge of the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day of our lives. We can't give that up. This election, look to the truth. Look to the cold reality of what the Democratic left is really trying to accomplish. Healthcare, we already have access to healthcare. 94% of Vermonters have healthcare. Note that this season the Democrats aren't mentioning socialism. They're purposely keeping quiet about it. They're not presenting their plans to change this country to socialist. They're not giving details or time frames. They're not explaining how people will be able to maintain their freedom to express their opposition, maintain their livelihood or opportunities for secondary education for their children. They did explain that every person in this country would undergo a re-education, even those well-learned. We're not hearing any of this now. We did hear such plans in 2019 after the 2018 election. Congressman Welch is noticeably walking from the topic, very much like he did in the fall of 2018. Interesting, isn't it? Why? So that people will vote for him, that's why. And if elected, Congressman Welch and others will claim that their plans are publicly mandated, having been elected. Congressman Welch walked from universal health care and socialism in September 2018. At the time, their main focus was on health care. In January, the Green New Deal was born, a preliminary socialist doctrine, with Congressman Welch as one of its core supporters. From September 2018 to January 2019, Congressman Welch metamorphosized from a liberal Democrat to an avid socialist, ready to undo the fiber of our democracy. This year, Congressman Welch is mimicking the same political shift that he exhibited in 2018. Keep in mind that in 2019 he used his 2018 re-election as a mandate for changing this country to socialist, while walking from it during the election. If he's re-elected, he will likely refer to the votes of Vermonters as a mandate for socialism after this election. People are democracy and our freedom, and the true intentions of the representation that we elect. Please ask yourself, am I interested in changing this country to socialist? If yes, then Congressman Welch would support your views. If no, fundamentally he would not. In fact, if your answer is no, he would not only not support your views. If successful in his own plans to change this country to socialist, your own political framework relating to how this country should address its problems and issues would no longer even be available, and most certainly no longer a part of the debate. Consider that. Consider what is at stake. To shift this country to socialist means that the answers to various problems that have worked, such as HUD or FAFSA, or even the tax credit for the electric hybrid vehicle, wouldn't even be referenced as possible answers. We're even seeing that now. The answers will be brand new to us, though in place in socialist and communist countries throughout the world for decades. I doubt that we'll enjoy the same freedoms, or even have the same hopes or dreams for ourselves or our children. Now the sky is the limit. Under their plans it won't be. Now we are free to criticize and choose our own beliefs. Under their plans that won't be the case. Please vote against the proponents of socialism in this election, including Congressman Welch. And this year I ask you for your vote. I hope to represent you and fellow Vermonters in the United States House of Representatives.